1 starting, 4 running, 5 running. That is a good sign, which means we can start it. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? I think we would have been given the ability to imagine. I think we've been given the ability to imagine. Well, imagine this. Imagine we couldn't imagine. That would be very, very scary, right? That's a form of dreaming. That's a form of meditation. Yes, I agree. We imagine, so we plant the seeds so things can become reality, right? We imagine first, we feel it in our vortex, we feel it within our system, and then we let it manifest. And I've had that where some 20 years ago, some things that I thought were incredibly difficult. Rose, good morning, Rose. Sorry I was a little late today, Rose. I just couldn't get going. I did a broadcast last night, and I got some extra beauty sleep today. But my goal is content, right? Good morning to you, Rose. So if I can get a video in or 2 videos in, yesterday I think I got 3 in, so it's good. So it's more content, more connection, meeting more people, hopefully people feeling the good vibrations, people following, people connecting, people following each other. That's what we're looking for here, right? This community in the morning, in the nighttime, whenever. HAPS is growing like crazy. All right. As you can see here, we got the camera up. I always try to promote the camera. That's what you're seeing me on right now. You can purchase this camera for about, depending where you are, $60 to $80, depending. It's all good. You're here. That's all that matters. Well, thank you, Rose. Thank you. I think what's really important, because most people don't watch it in the morning. They just don't. They watch it later. But they look to see if it's later, And I think they do that with a lot of people. They check, they look. And that's the wonderful thing with HAPS. It's this beautiful catalog of little visual gems of people that and the connection. I like that I can talk to people in real time. We're here together. We're feeling the connection. We're building a community of love, hope, We have some banter. Some people have known each other, oh my God, since Blab. So I wasn't even on the scene during Blab. I was busy doing other things, but many years of my life were spent business, right? Doing businesses with my father, doing businesses on my own. I used to even run card shows a long time ago. So I would say the last 20 years have been pretty full. I fostered children for a while. I loved that. That was wonderful. Sometimes I miss it. There's no way I could do it now. I'm just too old. I don't have the energy. I don't even know if I'd have the patience now to do it right? And I commend, I honor anyone who is willing to let, children into their home, especially those children. A lot of times they're very broken and there's a lot of work to do, and they're angry, right? And they're sad and they're frightened. Good morning. Hello, Captain Rehab. Yes, indeed. There he is in all of his glory in the morning. Hello, Uncle Mikey. You know what's funny? I've had several people call me Uncle Mike or Uncle Mike. I'll take that. It's so funny. Oh, there you are. Katrina. Walking on sunshine. Katrina. Wow. I wonder what that's like to have one hit. As long as you wrote it, you would get paid on it forever. So what we're talking about this morning, I'm kind of rambling, which I always do. I'm talking about the ability to convert energy, which is thought, which is imagination, into reality. And The reality is we are all part of this, right? We're all part of this beautiful experiment called HAPS. We're all here together doing the great energy thing together. What is this? Yeah, it's not pharmaceuticals. That was a camera. I think you knew that. No, we haven't. You know what? If you ever see pharmaceuticals, you know I've made it big time, because that means I'm getting paid big time, like crazy money. Because I don't believe in that stuff. I wish people wouldn't have to take drugs. Just do the remedies, right? Like I find if you drink things that are from the ground, like roots, right? Turmeric, ginger, right? Those things, juices. Speaking of juices, right there, I'm going to have a bit right now. I can feel the beauty of the room already. I can feel the energy. I can feel the people watching. 33, that's a power number. That's what we have right now, 33 in the morning. Good morning, Hussein. Hussein, am I ever going to get you in my show? I did invite you last Sunday. Maybe we can make it happen this Sunday. That would be awesome. Bob Urban. There he is, Bob Urban in all of his glory. Yeah, I must have been in a weird mood this day. Always be aware of all the eyes that watch over you. Choose to think before you utter words of hatred. Some people use words like weapons. Lead with words that influence people to be kind and patient. Yes, that is hard, right? Would you agree that being patient, I would think, is one of the hardest things when you're frustrated? Is really, really tough. Okay, let's change the pattern here. Let's do that. Yeah, that's better. Then you can still see me. All right, let's put this one up too. Okay, so the first one here is basically unlock your potential. Unlock your potential. Because everything in life is a secret code. It really is. And all it takes is the right mindset to get you on the right path. And as long as you unlock the codes, and what I mean by codes is aligning yourself with the right energy, the right people, forming new habits, ways of thinking. It is a hard thing to do, but it's the most rewarding thing you could do. And I don't want this to be about me, but I just want to kind of share because I care about you guys. And I got to a point where I think I was numbing myself with alcohol. Like, not to the point where it was endangering my livelihood or myself, but it wasn't good for my health. And I was numbing, right? Instead of feeling, I was drinking iced tea and tequila, which is the most empty calories in the world. But my God, what a wonderful drink. I have not had any alcohol now for, 3 months, I think. Like very little. I may have had a beer, maybe one. I'm off dairy. I'm off, which is milk, right? And cheese. My God, does anybody love cheese more than me? I'm off that. I'm not eating, beef. I'm not eating chicken, which was my favorite thing probably to eat. So now I'm doing juice, right? Which is raw juice. I'm doing vegetables. I'm doing coffee. I'm doing all kinds of exercise. And my intuitive side has really grown. Good morning. Haven't seen you forever. Loved your show. Would love for you to come up here, even just for a few minutes. You can promote your show. A lot of people don't like to get up in the morning. I get it. So imagine, people like Randy, right? Like Randy does this. He does this sometimes 5, 10 times a day. Like the mental discipline to do this, even just once a day, every day. I think I'm on day 69. God willing, I'll make it to day 70. But I remember someone saying to me, if you're building a channel, you're building a community, the content is not that important. It really isn't. It's more important that you engage and that you're there every day and people can interact with each other. Jimmy Ritz. Jimmy Ritz, are you going to tell me to go away like you did the other day? Stop bugging me? God, that was funny. Jimmy Ritz is probably one of my favorite people on here. His personality and even his look a bit reminds me of my grandfather, who is very much straight away, this is the way it is. This is the way it's always going to be. Get used to it, lump it. But does anybody believe in when you're in the right zone? Okay, and we've all felt this, where we feel unstoppable, right? Or when we first have fallen in love and we feel like the planets have aligned and everything is just going exactly in the right direction. And you're living in the gap, which is the moment. That to me is 4D. That is living your purpose. That is living without restriction. That is living and chasing your passion, right? Because that's what we're here for. We're here to chase our greatest passions, as long as they're healthy. And only you can really dictate what's healthy for you. And the other thing too is you got to remember, stay the hell away from naysayers. Oh my God. They may they may have the best intentions, but they will, crush your dreams like nobody. And one of the things I've noticed with people that are my friends that are successful, they have what I would call a knowing or unshakable faith, right? And they believe in themselves and they have a healthy love. Now, I'm not talking ego, everything's about me. I'm a narcissist, not that love. The kind of love where they want to build something. So I saw this interview with Elon Musk at the beginning when things were really tough. And I think it was around 2012, maybe. And he had gone through hell and back for Tesla. And the interviewer had said to him, was it worth it? And he choked up. And he got kind of misty. And he said, when you start a company, it's like giving up on one of your children. You can't do that. You have to go right to the end. You have to keep fighting. And he thought about it for a moment and he broke down and he had to actually stop the interview. And it's funny, I know that because it was posted on Tesla, like one of their sites, and it just shows it hasn't been easy. And I think some people forget how hard it was for him. And he basically put everything in. So all the money he had made from PayPal, he gambled on Tesla. And he had massive resistance. Nobody wanted him to, start the car company. And a lot of people don't like him. And I'll talk about him, and some love him, some hate him. But I'm going somewhere with this, is that the only person that really matters is you and your dream, right? Now, I'm not saying the people around you aren't important, but get focused on what you need to be happy. Figure out what it's going to take for you to be passionate in the morning and want to get up, right? And pursue your dreams. And know that you're worthy and that you're loved and that you're connected to something greater than yourself each and every day. This is a great opportunity right now, this HAPS, because you're connecting with thousands of people all over the world and you're meeting people you would never meet. The thing that amazes me is every morning now, I connect with people from everywhere. And one of the most amazing stories that I've heard is a gentleman had said to me that he almost started giving up. He really had gotten to the end where he was thinking, I don't know if I'm ever going to find where I feel like I belong. And he broke down the other day in a broadcast, and you might even know who I'm talking about. And we all have that. We all want to be loved on some form. We all want to be heard. Good morning, Dina. How are you? I've known Dina for a while. Dina, how are you this morning? You good? Here, I'm going to invite you up too if you want to come up. We're basically talking about imagination. We're talking about frequency. We're talking about unshakable passion. We're talking about living your dreams, living to your full potential, and having unshakable faith and knowing you're worthy. That's kind of the recap, right? For those who just jumped in. Good morning, good morning. Oh, I love how everybody's saying hello to each other. See, and that's what I wanted. When I visualized this, I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if like 100 people just watched this show and could connect and feel part of something, right? And I never anticipated that some of these shows would have 3,000 views. That blew my mind. And the truth is, it doesn't matter if it's 33 views or 3,000 or 30,000. If you're touching souls and you're moving the needle, and what I mean by that is you're moving consciousness, you're making people feel alive with possibility. You're putting good waves of energy into the universe each and every day. You're doing something good, right? We need that. We're in a time right now where people are freaking hopeless. Some people haven't worked for ages. Some people have lost faith in themselves. Families are strained. Families are really strained right now, like terribly strained. And people aren't used to being together all the time. And what I mean by people, I mean relatives. Like, I remember one of the great teachers that I love, I won't say his name, but he said, if you think you are enlightened, go live with your family for a week. That's the true test, because they can push your buttons, you know, and everything that you see is a story, right? We're all telling a story in one way or another. And I rarely meet people who I would assume to be completely authentic, because we all have that, that I would call it the protective layer. Oh, I love that. This is beautiful. You should say this, people. You are finding something you've always had, but just now realizing. Yes. Yes. It's like hidden treasure, right? We're going to get even a little deeper. So I believe there is the Akashic Records, which is the all-knowing, all-seeing. It is the encyclopedia of the universe. And when you get aligned to the right frequencies, you have access to that. And I believe that you get downloads. This is really woo, by the way. We're going deep in the woo hole this morning. We got our toe in the woo. And I believe that you can get downloads from the universe. And those that are super sensitive, some of the teachers I've had, they have no speech. They just get messages. And does anybody know who Abram is, right? Esther Hicks. She channeled Abram for years. She's not on very much anymore, but you see her videos everywhere. And she basically talks about the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is kind of what I've been talking about today. But I don't mean so much for, attaining wealth or collecting things. I'm more interested in connecting with higher sources, higher vibration, light codes, connection with family, connection with people in the room. Like Dina and I, it's funny, and Rose for that matter, if I'm in a broadcast with them, I can only imagine what it would be like if I was in the room with them. But the energy in the room shifts and it changes and it heightens. And Michael Hinton, I don't know if anybody knows him, but he is a bit of a mystic and he has incredibly powerful energy. So if you can watch his show and you're a little bit interested in the woo, I would suggest that you watch his program. He's got something. He's got something I don't have. I have maybe 5% of that. And I'm finding that a lot of the younger kids that are out there, I mean, because I'm, going to be 58 very soon, the younger individuals, I believe, have all the codes, all the light codes to be able to do things. And that's why I believe we also are seeing so many incredibly confident, successful business owners that are millionaires in their 30s, because they have a knowing that usually takes until you're like 40, 50 years old. They have a knowing, and they're not really terribly affected if people like them or not. And I think once you can get past that, you're on to something. If you can get past the worry about what people will think, what people will say, you will then be entering into a new realm of possibility for yourself. You know, I spent too many years worrying about things that didn't matter. I was majoring in minor things. I love this. People are talking to each other. You know, a lot of these chats are connecting people, like-minded people, and not just my chats. I mean, all the chats on Haps. People are rekindling old relationships. Like I was in a broadcast last night, and it was Kimberly's birthday last night. It was wonderful, and she has 3 boys, and Vaughn was in the broadcast as well. I highly recommend watching it. He was a little happy. He had had a few beverages, and I know exactly what that's like. I want to show you something here. Okay, let's hit this one. Okay, this is good. This is good. Well, and we'll do it like this, and now we have something. Almost. We're almost there. Okay, be patient with me. The brain is foggy in the morning. Okay, there we go. So when I've lost my way, and I'm feeling down, and I have self-doubt, or I'm angry at myself, or I'm beating myself up about things I did 20 years ago, or I'm playing those broken records from, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, coulda, woulda, shoulda, I call them, I will go sometimes have music on, and I will just walk in the woods, and I will be connected to source energy, and all the healing vibrations are there. And suddenly any worries that I have are gone. And I feel that I'm part of something far greater than myself. And this is a path I take all the time. And it's funny because I went with my grandson one day, and it was in the winter, and I'm terrified going up this thing, right? Just terrified because it's slippery, and I'm old, right? I'm brittle now. I know I'm brittle. And he just fired up that like it was nothing, like Crazyville. And I loved watching him go up it because he had this faith that he was going to be okay. You know what I mean? He had no fear when it came to that. He was like, "Oh, I can get up that no problem. I could do that 20 times. What's the big deal, Grandpa? Just go." And he might have been, I bet he was maybe 5 at the time, and incredibly athletic even at 5, how quickly he got up there. And it was a reminder to me that we're here for a very short time. And time is probably the most incredibly valuable asset that we have. So think about this. What kind of real estate do you have in your mind right now? What are the things that are occupying that beautiful space the most? And if they're not about love, community, connection, contribution, then you're really wasting your time, and you're wasting your energy. And you have to be aware. Yeah. Just one sec, folks. I think I hear my dog crying. I'll be right back, I promise. I think she needs to get off the bed. I'm sorry. I'll just be 1 second here. Okay. Okay, she's crazy this morning. She's near the end of her life. This is Zoe. I don't know if you can really see her here. You can kind of see her. There she is. She is mad at me right now because she thought I was talking to somebody else and she couldn't see them. So can you hear all these grunting sounds and everything? This is her distaste with me right now. It's okay. It's okay. I love this. Jimmy Ritz. Jimmy Ritz, come up. Come on, buddy. Show us your dog. Show us a real dog. This one here is more like a mouse. I love my daughter's dog, which is really my wife's dog. I don't know whose dog it is yet, but it's a real dog. I miss having a real dog. No offense, Zoe, but Zoe's kind of a... I do see you. You do see her? Do you see her here? You can probably hear her too. But I love Jimmy Ritz. He's going to live another 60 years. So are you talking you're going to be able to reverse aging? Like Benjamin Buttons type of thing? So, God, that would be awful. I really think that would be awful. Imagine going all the way back. I would love to go back and be 20. That would be freaking amazing. And have the knowledge I have now. If you guys could go back in time to a certain age, okay, what age would you go back to? Now, a lot of people that have had the near-death experiences will say they've seen relatives on the other side. And it's hilarious because males will always be in their 30s and women will be in their 20s. So if it's your grandmother, you don't recognize her, you know, because she's in her 20s. And I guess you can choose whatever age you want if you believe that. For myself, I've never really been terribly afraid of dying. Is anybody in the room afraid of dying? I think this is kind of a workshop or a place where people start to learn their abilities, whatever they may be. And we all have different abilities, right? So, and I think it's a way to also work out our karma from this life and the past life. So be very aware of the things you do. And the other thing is too, we have to remember that we're incredibly connected to each other. There's Jimmy. All right.
What are you doing, Dre?
Hey, man. How are things?
What's up?
What's going on?
Just getting ready to go out and take the dog for a walk.
Oh, good. Well, we'll be able to see some scenery for a few minutes. It's windy, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's a bit windier than yesterday, that's for sure. Yesterday it was calm and nice and serene. I think that's one of those words that you like to use, serene.
I don't use serene, but I should. And tranquil. I should use that more too.
Goose-baba.
Yeah.
So
now, Jimmy, are you an atheist or are you just a very logical man? And religion?
No, I'm just a man. I'm just a man.
I'm just a man.
I don't think about religion. I don't think about anything but nature and people and being good to people. That's all. I think that's probably what religion is based on. Don't you think that's what most religions are based on? It's just trying to train us weird monkeys how to treat each other.
I think, unfortunately, a lot of religions, and the reason I don't believe in a lot of religions try to control with fear. And I don't believe God would ever want us to be fearing of anything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think the number one thing is you should just lead by example of the life. Like, my goal every day is to be kind, try to be compassionate, listen more, right? Listen more, speak less, and have a thirst for knowledge and connect with people who make you feel alive.
Right. Those are good. Those are good values.
Yeah, but your dog right now, only knows the next 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? Your dog only knows, doesn't care what happened 10 seconds ago.
Hey,
It's
that's
like,
something you don't see very often. Hold on, a helicopter.
well, you know what that is? They're looking for Jimmy Rich.
Yep.
Yeah, Jimmy Rich.
Manhunt.
Yeah, not Jimmy
Manhunt.
Ritz. No, Jimmy Rich. They're looking for the money. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
That's right,
no,
David.
that was Richie Rich, actually. Remember that cartoon, Richie Rich?
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to get those comic books when I was sick. My mom would buy me one of those comic books, and then I would, get the comic book and just sit in bed and get some
Yeah.
soup and stuff. Ah, yeah. But I'm just picking up garbage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Zoe's not pleased with me right now. She's like, get off that idiot box. Love me. Love me. But she's not well. She's having a
Oh,
rough
okay.
time. Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 13 now.
Okay.
My wife just got home, so I'm going to spend some
Come here,
time with
Trey.
her in a bit. But the weather there looks like it's not as good as it's been recently. So, is it a cold spell and windy?
It's starting to
Good
warm
morning,
up.
Barb. Hi, honey.
It's
I'm
starting to
on
warm up.
air right now. Okay.
It's starting to warm up, but today is just windy. It's just one of those windy days.
Right.
Like this morning when I got up, half of the lake was frozen. It's already thawed out. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Do you ever ice skate on that? Can you ice skate?
No. I would never take the chance because there was a guy walking out there and he was halfway out on the lake about 3 days ago.
Wow.
3 days ago. Yeah. It's kind of dangerous though because you never know where there's some thin spots.
They say if you want to do something like that, because guys like to fish, sometimes what they'll do is have a rope tied to a tree and have it tied to them, and then you can kind of drag yourself out. But you can become hyperthermic
in not too long.
What, a minute, 2 minutes, depending how cold. I've always been amazed at those guys that will jump into the water, in the coldest spots. And it's invigorating. Not my kind of fun.
Yeah. It's invigorating because it's literally shrinking all of your blood vessels and everything is getting smaller because you are it's like it's you're reducing inflammation.
Yeah.
And my friend, we used to go to this place. It was Jack LaLanne's Health Club. This was years before any other health clubs were even on the market. And Jack LaLanne's Health Club was like the only place you could go that had saunas and cold dip, like a Swedish cold dip pool. Right. And the first time I went into it, I was probably about 15 or 16 years old. I went into it and I was like, oh, Jesus, why would anybody do that? Because it's a shock to your system. It really is a shock.
They say, though, that if you do it right and you do it frequently, it'll actually increase your immune system. It kind of toughens you up. It's a form of training. There are people who swear by it. There you go, Zoe. You can go see Mom. Yeah.
It's a natural way of getting your heart rate up, that's for sure. Because I mean, your heart is trying to compensate for the cold temperature by just recirculating your blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I know you don't like this word, fasting, but you're doing naturally, and I'm not saying that you're trendy because I know that'll make you upset, but a lot of people that I know within my inner circle who are younger than me in their 30s are doing this thing, and it's called intermittent fasting. And I think it's you eat 8 hours of the day, and the rest of the day, if you can do math, it's not that bad.
Intermittent fasting is most people that practice it. I know a woman who actually started practicing it because she had some people that were Muslims in her office, and when they were doing Ramadan, she decided to follow suit and do the same thing. So she would only eat in the evening after the sun went down. Yes. And I thought, oh, that's kind of odd. That's kind of neat. I said, I just wait until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day before I eat, and I make sure that I stop eating by like 9 o'clock in the evening. So
What time do you go to bed, though, usually?
Around 11 or 12 midnight.
Okay, so
sometimes 1.
the worst thing you can do
Okay.
is you can basically eat just before you go to bed, unless it's very light. I hear banging.
Yeah.
What's that bang? What's that banging?
There's a company up here which is called a Vonman. It's a trucking company that delivers like rocks and decorative rocks and things like that to people's homes, and also they also take containers out and deliver them. Kenneth Jacobson.
Okay.
But up there they've got a workshop too, so there's somebody probably in there banging on one of their containers or something. Do you know who this guy is? Probably not sure many people know about him. He's kind of like a Schindler's List kind of guy.
Okay.
You know Schindler?
Yeah.
You remember Schindler?
Yeah.
Well, this guy was also responsible for smuggling a lot of Jewish people out of this country and up north. He sent them up north to, I don't know if it was Sweden or Norway.
Yes.
But his name is Folke Bernadotte. You can Google it. But this is a statue of him.
Let's have a look. But I love the detail of that stone walkway. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, I call this a dragon's back, because it's like walking on. It's real bumpy, and the horses don't slip on it very much. Yeah, so this is Folke Bernadotte is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And the statue is he's probably about my height, a little bit taller.
Yes.
I think the real guy was about my height.
Do you think he was as feisty as you? And was he thinking about CryptoCoin? I don't know. But my wife is heavy into that subject too right now. Like I think she's even inspiring some of the people around her with it. So
can you do a screenshot?
I've got it. The majority of the screen is this guy here.
Oh, okay.
Let me see what I can do. 1 sec here. There we go. Okay, yeah. I still don't see his head. I'm seeing his lovely boots.
I'm sorry. Oh, I've got it in landscape mode. That's why.
Yes, there we go. Yes. Yeah. So that is a lovely statue of you. Like, it looks very much like it. Can you see that? Yeah.
It actually looks like my ex-wife's father. Looks very similar, because yeah, she used to say that, and I said I can see the resemblance too. It's kind of funny.
But I love what you called the laneway there, a snake back. That is so beautiful.
No, I call it a dragon's back, because it looks like scales from a distance.
Yeah, okay, we're saying the same thing here. Yours is a better description, but to me it looks like a snake or even alligator. So where are you headed now? What's your path here? I'm not seeing a lot of houses. Like, you live in a very...
This is just outside of the residential district.
Okay.
So I'm going to go up this hill here.
What are the housing costs like there?
Cheap to really cheap.
Oh, really? And why is that? So let's say that someone had some money and they wanted to live in Europe. Is that a good place to go? It seems very safe.
They say it's one of the happiest places on earth.
Really?
Just like Disneyland. As a matter of fact, the guy who built, Disney, they say that Disney had visited Tivoli here in Denmark before he got his inspiration to build Disneyland. He had visited Tivoli, but I don't know if that story's true or not.
If you get time later, just write that name down for me, the proper spelling. And I'm gonna look up the history more of it, but there's so much nature. There's so much nature there.
Folke Bernadotte? Is that the guy, the statue you mean?
No, I mean where you're living.
Crusoe. Yeah. It's Kruso, and it's like an A with a little dot over it.
Good morning, Fraser. Good morning, Sunny. How are you today? Good, Mark, how are you? Mark was punchy yesterday. I like that.
Come on, Trey.
I'm going to let's say hello to Mark here. Okay. Good morning, Mark. There you go. I find the first half of my broadcast most mornings, people aren't up, they're just watching, and then they'll start doing comments. I think they have their first coffee, they get into it. So what time is it there right now for you?
It's like 1:30 in the afternoon.
That's what I thought. You seem wide awake. You seem like you've been up a while.
Yeah, I had to get up at 6 o'clock this morning because there was some guy who had to come and check my electric meter and make sure that there was that it was installed properly. Because we had some electrician come in and install a new power panel.
So what is your dog's name? He seems so happy right now. Like he's living in the moment. I don't know what he's chasing in his mind, but
yeah, his name is Trey. It's the Danish word for three, because he has these 3 spots on his back.
Yeah.
So I just called him Trey. His father's name is Mickey.
No way.
Yeah. And he looked, when I saw him with these, it looked like a Mickey Mouse hat on his back.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I could call him Mickey too.
Do you know what I love most about this walk that we're doing right now is the stonework everywhere. Like so much pride put in the stonework, and it looks like it's done well.
This is a logistical thing, and there's a reason for all of these stones.
Okay.
These stones allow moisture to run through them.
Yes.
Asphalt does not allow water to go through it, but all of these stepping stones allow moisture to run through the cracks. That's one of the reasons why they do that. And plus, they can be reused. They can be reused over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So if they decide that they want to take something out and put in a pipe underneath the sidewalk, they can take it out and then put it back down again.
So we have a cat.
Practicality.
I don't know if you can notice, but right now we have a cat in the broadcast as well. So your dog's not chasing
the cat.
Kitty.
Yeah. Kitty.
We also have Mark in the room. Thank you for being here, Mark.
So these guys are building some homes.
Yeah,
they're building these. These are what's called low-income housing, but it's they're really nice houses. They're super insulated, and then they have underfloor heating as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hi, guys.
So listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just unmic you for a sec. Keep showing the scenery.
You guys are famous.
I'm going to talk to Mark for a sec, okay? Did you hear any of that, Jimmy? Jimmy, I'm just going to mic you for a sec. We're going to see the scenery, and I'm going to talk to Mark for a minute, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, buddy. All right.
I can mute myself, too.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. I don't think the mute is working, to be honest with you. All right. Well, that is a little better. Good morning, Mark. How are you today? Any pearls of wisdom? Any pearls of wisdom this morning?
Just have a great day. I don't have any. It's too early for wisdom, I guess. You were right, though. I was just having my coffee, and I said, "Oh, let me see what you're up to."
Yeah. Do you agree with what I said about earlier, that what we focus on most is what we align into our lives? That becomes our reality, no matter if it's good or bad. God, his dog makes me happy. He's just look at like the joy of that. I don't know what he's chasing, but he could chase that until he is exhausted. He's so happy.
He pulls like crazy too. He pulls like a freight train.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, I if I can tap into 10% of that joy, I'll be very happy in this life. Oh, see, and your cat's just chilling. That's more me this morning. I'm just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, he always hangs out by the computer. But you know what I had heard that somebody said? Think of something that makes you happy, or whatever makes you happy, and think about that a lot. So find something that makes you happy and think about that a lot. That's what's good. You know?
Yeah.
Think about happy things. So there's craziness.
I think it's so easy though to get caught in that mental chatter, though, right? That people do, that broken record in our head, unfortunately. And I think that's why people love animals, because animals live in the moment. They only know the next 5 seconds, especially puppies.
And they communicate. And they communicate. Sometimes you can just like almost silently or just by looking, like I can, look at my cat or, you know what I mean? We don't talk, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sure, he'll meow at me and I'll say things, but.
Our new puppy that our family has is Phoebe. And Phoebe the other day, and I'm not kidding, started just staring at the door. Stopped, and this dog never stops. I mean, it just goes, right? Like that dog, just never stopped. Stared at the door intently for about a minute. And then my wife walked through. And I went, how did it know?
Well, they hear really good too. I'm sitting when I'm out back with the outside cat that you saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Once in a while, she'll pick her head up and she's looking, and I'm like, "What is she here?" And then all of a sudden, another roommate or something comes through the backyard. So
they can hear that well because we live in an apartment, right? And my wife would have been in an underground basement. Like, I highly doubt they'd hear that. They also smell stuff like beyond your wildest dream, right? But I think they have realms of communication within them, right? Because I can remember pets in the past where if I was sad, they would come and sit in my lap. And ones that weren't necessarily friendly. They had a knowing that, or I wasn't well, if I wasn't feeling well. Jim Murphy, is that what it is? Jim Murphy, good morning. Hello. Nice to have you here.
Papa Murphy. I know Jim from he came to the meetups with Donna in Boca.
Yeah. Donna briefly talked about us doing maybe once a week or something, a show together and just talking about spiritual stuff. I think that'd be fun. I hope she still wants to do that.
I'm sure she does. She's just very busy. I know right now she didn't. I don't think she went live yesterday or today because she's traveling to North Carolina to put stuff in storage, and she's.
I sense when I tune into her that her life right now is feeling a little unhinged. Like just a lot going on, right? Well, and adjustments and. Yeah.
Moving's one of the top 3 stressful things. Death, divorce, and moving are the top 3 stressors.
Well, and the other thing is too, I really believe that she's a sensitive person, like sensitive being, and there are all kinds of energetic shifts going on, and I've been feeling them. I've had like residual anger from come up recently. And I haven't necessarily been the nicest person to live with at times. So I'm working through, I think, stuff. Hi, Debbie. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Hi, Julia. Good morning. Yeah. So if we could have the sensibility that these 2 pets have here, but you can see they both enjoy life very different. They're almost like people, like, right? The other one's chasing a dream, and this one is like, yeah, I'm practicing yoga. I'm practicing meditative practices for most of the day.
He's very, very relaxed.
Trey's only got one thing on his mind. He knows where we're going. He knows that we're going to the park, and he gets to run and jump on the slide. But because there's a bunch of kids over here, I can't take him off the leash and let him run because some kids are afraid of dogs.
Yeah.
But as soon as they see him running up the slide, they go bananas. These kids just go ape shit, and they just go, "How did you train him to do that?" And I said, "I never trained him. He just did it when he was a puppy. He started running up the slide, just like the kids were doing." Yeah.
Right. He probably mimicked it and thought, "Hey, this is."
He just feels like one of the kids.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the ability to grab the sides.
He just runs up full speed.
Yeah, he doesn't have the opposable. Opposable thumbs? I don't think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Hi.
Was it a dog? Another dog?
Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy. Hi. No, you can't go up there.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah. Come on, Trey. You got to let those kids play. Come on. We'll go over here and let them go. Yeah, we'll come back when they're gone. Yeah, one of the guys said, "Oh, your dog's not allowed to be here," and I go, "Hey, I come here every single day, every single day. This is the first time I've ever seen you." I said, "I have just as much right to this park than anybody does," and it's really funny because there's
are there signs? Are there signs saying
no.
Okay,
My friend's a police officer. My friend's a police officer. He lives right over there. He said to me, he goes, "Just ignore those people. They're crazy."
But here's the thing: in Canada, you can't take your dog to. I live near a cemetery, right? You can't take your dog in there.
Yeah.
Now, I probably could because Zoe, I could put her in my pocket. Who's going to say
Yeah,
anything?
that's just because they don't want the dogs pooping on somebody's grave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't want to clean it up. Imagine if they let the dogs in there. It'd be the landmines of poop everywhere, and they'd be shoveling it night and day. Because people, in general, I think most
people are lazy.
Most people clean it up. Let's be real. It's the few that wreck it for everybody, right?
Yeah, those lazy bastards that just don't want to do it. Yeah. I know people that walk along my street, and they'll actually walk on the opposite side of the road so they don't have to pick it up. But if they're walking on our side of the road, sometimes you'll see them pick it up. Come here, Dork.
I'm just gonna meet you here for 1 second and say hello to the comments, okay? Just 1 sec here. Sorry. Brother John, how are you this morning? Hello, Julia from Toronto. Whereabouts in Toronto do you live?
Graves deserve to be pissed off.
Also, having dog pee on the graves isn't cool at all. Oh, right. Right. And you know what? There may be issues with that too, right? That might actually... Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah, see? It's because the smells are unbelievable, right? Okay, Mark, we're just incredible views here today. The content...
Yeah, it's nice. I'm just watching. That's why I'm quiet. Imagine that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you seem very peaceful this morning. So yesterday, what do you think triggered you? Like
you know what it is. I was thinking about that too before I came into your broadcast.
Yeah.
I promote the DJs that I listen to, and I like Twitch a lot, and there's many DJs that I follow there. So when somebody says,
I'm not laughing at you. Look what his dog is doing. That is just ridiculous.
When somebody says, "Oh, you can't play music on Twitch," I was like, "What are you talking about?" Of course you can.
I totally understood what you said, though. But it must be frustrating for the DJs not to be able to have it up. But it's a copyright thing, and I think they just can't. They can't keep up with all the DJs playing music and just shutting off, or they know and they're like, how much trouble are they going to get in?
It'd be nice if they came up with a thing. I think even Space Girl mentioned something like with a licensing thing. It'd be nice if there were DJs who could, pay something yearly or subscribing and be able to play $100.
Music. Pay $100 or $500, whatever. Right, something, and then they could do it. But the thing is, how do you monitor that? How do you know? And then other people would be using other people's license. It's once again, it's crazy.
So, or you just go with the fair use thing. I mean, I think it's kind of got, there must be some loophole with not leaving, replays up. So you're really not, it's like it's live, which they let you through Twitch. But if you leave your replay up, then it automatically, as soon as you end your broadcast, the bots or whatever go through and it'll put like red lines and it'll just be quiet. You'll see the video, but you won't hear anything during copyrighted material.
Jimmy's being crazy. He knows he's muted, or maybe he doesn't know.
Well, I see his box. I'm looking at it on the TV.
He's talking like crazy, and we lost volume on him. Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Why am I muted?
No. There you go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just being humorous. Okay. I could have added I could have added words to it. I should have added.
No, when you were talking about that free lunch, I mean not free lunch, free use and all that stuff with music.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, you go to nightclubs, you go to different places, you go to restaurants, and they're either playing kind of like elevator music or some kind of really cruddy music. It's like you would think that the artist would want to have their music playing in a restaurant, different artists. It's like it'd be funny to walk into a pizza place and be listening to some music playing that you would never expect. It's like, what's going on here? Why are all these costs so high?
But Jimmy, here's the thing.
It's
I have
licensing agencies.
I have friends that are
restaurants to be able to do that.
But you pay even for that cheesy music to be played in the background.
Right.
You know that, right? There's certain things that you have to do, and they actually check you from time to time. But if you're like a blues artist, which David Gogo is one of my friends, and Jack DeKaiser, they're right now it's difficult because they can't play. They make their money doing different venues all over the world, and that revenue has now been stopped. So anybody who's a musician, unless they're playing on places like Haps, it's pretty tough.
Well, what do you think about? I just joined another platform today.
Okay. What's it called?
I joined it a couple of days ago, but I just actually did all of the actual sign-in work today. It's called theta.dk or theta.tv.
Yes.
Well, the thing about it is it's going to be one of those platforms that if it grows the way I think it will, it's going to be really powerful, because what they're doing is they're dispersing all of the content on a blockchain system, and it's a very advanced data storage and recovery system, but it's also it's geared for people who are streamers and content creators, because what they said in the past is the amount of CPU usage and storage usage has been really bad in the past. Mm-hmm. And now this is going to be distributed. So the content is going to get to you faster with 4K networks and stuff. So the content will get to you faster. And as a streamer, you'll be able to earn coins, and you'll be able to earn tokens for watching content and creating content.
But it'll be
actually pretty interesting.
It'll be their own crypto. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's brilliant.
It's really funny. In the past month, I've seen their currency go from something like around 45 cents to over $3 today. So it's fast moving.
Leave me that link. I'm going to show it to my wife of that site that you're telling me, because she'll be interested. Yeah, that's interesting. That is wow. The world is really changing.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, that is great. That's great. It sounds brilliant, actually. It's a very good concept.
It's got some really amazing developers connected to it. The developers are they're wizards, man. They are really sharp.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I like that the artists will get paid. They'll get paid right away. It'll be probably go directly into their bank account. There won't be. I like that. I think that's the wave of the future, especially if we're in this lockdown for a while. Like they have to see. And I love companies or projects that anticipate needs. And I think this is what this sounds like to me. They've seen where there's a need and there's no platform for it yet, and they're building one.
Well, and also I think what they're doing is they're just trying to do like what you said, throw some spaghetti at the wall and see which one sticks, because these companies can reiterate so fast, it's not even funny. They can iterate like really, really quick and change their business model a lot faster than any other companies can. Trey, how does that dirt taste? No, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
What's he digging for? Gold? Like what's
little field mice.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think, Trey? You got anything down there? What's up? Come on, buddy. Give me a rabbit.
His energy is amazing.
Yeah, isn't it? It's amazing.
It does. It amazes me. I get tired.
Look at him. He's eating the dirt. Come on, bite the dirt. Bite it. Go ahead, dude. Yeah. Come on. You can't dig fast enough, so you're going to use your teeth. That's right. Good idea.
Well, he's determined.
Look at that. He's using his teeth.
All right. So I have to go, folks. But listen, we're going to do the grateful thing. You know what you're grateful for at the end. Oh, we got Mark. Mark's got.
Yeah, I figured I'd give you a little view out the window here.
Yeah, let's do that before we go. Get rid of me. I'm not exciting. We'll get rid of that, and we'll look at that. And yeah,
a lot of gamers on there on Theta TV. Yeah.
Oh,
think what's going to happen is there's going to be a big influx of people who are doing talk shows and different variety shows and stuff like that, and they are partnering with some big companies. I mean, big companies. So it's going to be.
Does it cost money to join, or is it free?
No, it's absolutely free. It can just go in there, and it's a pain in the butt because there's a lot of hurdles that you got to jump through. Like your sign up system is more involved because you're actually taking what's called a key or a cryptocurrency key, which is your keys to your account, and you're putting them into a box and you're switching things over and you're signing up. And the reason they're doing that is because it's an actual cryptocurrency that they pay you with. And you have to have your digital wallet set up so they know, okay, this is where this amount of money is going to. Mm-hmm. And so that's where it gets transferred to.
Tell Randy the name of it. Randy just came in. Randy W. Horton, the king of haps. How are you, sir?
It's called Theta.tv.
Have you heard of that?
THETA.
Send us the link, and then both of us will look into it.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right.
Cool platform.
What are you currently grateful for, sir? And then I'm going to beam out here soon.
I'm grateful for nature.
I'm grateful for your dog. Your dog is adorable.
I'm grateful for snow, but it's almost melted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, grateful for horses.
Yeah.
There's some horses over there.
Oh, look at that. That's amazing. All right, I'm going to mute you. Here we go. You're muted. Randy, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm just about to go. Do you want to tell the world what you're grateful for, what you're excited about today? Do you have any pearls of inspiration?
I am grateful and excited every day just to be alive.
That's
the best start right there.
Yeah. How's your week been so far? We're into Wednesday. Has it been okay? You feel supported?
Tomorrow is my last day of the week.
Oh, okay.
So I've had a busy week.
Yes. Productive, made some money, hopefully.
I think I've done well this week. We'll see how it rolls.
Yeah, you take what you're given because you're working for a living, right? All right.
There you go.
Okay, so Mark, if you can quickly just tell us what you're grateful for, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm grateful for my family, friends, and my Maui cat and tiger outside too.
Yeah.
What's happening, Mark? Hey,
yeah,
buddy.
Good to see you, Randy.
Hey, good to see you, brother.
You guys have known each other for a long time. I also want to say have a wonderful day, brother John. So good to see you. Thank you, Sonny, for being here. Thank you, Julia from Toronto. Thank you, Mark, of course. Thank you, Debbie.
And Earl is here from Nairobi. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, no way. Hi, Earl. How are you? So listen, folks, are you going to be doing a broadcast, Randy? Are you going to?
Yeah, maybe in about 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know. I'm just winding down, and I got to wind back up.
Okay, buddy.
Coffee time.
Coffee time indeed. I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to start my day. Thank you for everybody who was here in the broadcast. I really appreciate everybody meeting here in the morning. And oh, wow, that's weird.
This is my house.
It's beautiful.
Actually, it looks like a small house kit from IKEA.
It's primitive, but it's okay. It's cozy.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it might have a couple leaks in the roof, though. It's just a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little wet in the wintertime.
Is it to protect you from bears? Like I don't see quite the benefit there, except the beauty of it. All right, Randy. Any pearls of wisdom? Do you want to say anything before we go, sir? Are you good?
Hello, I missed you. Your timing now is like an hour too early for me, but I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm off at like 4 o'clock, and you're coming on at 3 o'clock my time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I gotcha.
Yeah, you're 1 hour earlier when I'm still working.
Yeah, and you know what? And I find, even with myself, the last hour sometimes is the busiest hour at my work. There's people connecting with me, trying to get things done.
Hello, Debbie.
And but I would really like Habs to come up with a situation where we can give rewards to the people who come in our broadcast every day. Give them some form of an award. We may have to make something up, Randy, our own award. Viewer of the week or something. I would love to do that. Is that a dumb idea, Randy, in your estimation?
I think it's
you could also do like a highlight tour of the week, because Fraser's got some good ones from Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Take care,
in the
everybody.
green room.
Thank you, sir.
Much love.